Good evening. So I am Tom from True North Bricks, and today I am going to be building this pre-release gift with purchase. So full disclosure, this set was sent to me by the Lego group. So they have requested that I review this set. So we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to build it here tonight and give you my thoughts on it as I go. So, what do I know about this set so far? It is set 40587. So it says Easter basket on the front there. This is a $24.99 value set here in Canada. I don't know yet what the price point is going to be to actually get this set in Canada. But I do know that in the United States, it's going to be $70. So what we're thinking about here is maybe around $100 you'll have to spend at the Lego store in order to get this set. It includes 368 bricks, and it is going to be available starting this Friday. So March 16th until April 9th. For while supplies last. So again, $24.99 value. I believe that's about $20 in the United States. I'm not 100% sure, but that's normally the way the conversion goes with these things. So opening up the box, we've got the instruction manual, and there are two numbered bags. So I'm just going to get this recording on a second camera here. So there's two number 1 bags, and there are two number 2 bags as well. So I've got this stream running currently on YouTube and on TikTok. So on TikTok, we've got a comment here. It says, looks cool. Yeah, it does actually look kind of neat. My first impression when I saw the first pictures of this set was that I wasn't going to like it because I'm not really big on these seasonal gift with purchase type of sets that don't come with minifigures. But when I actually got the box and I looked a little bit more closely at it, it kind of grew on me a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of one of the botanical sets, a little bit simpler perhaps. So not your 18 plus range botanical set, but the way that the flowers are built, the way that the pot is built, it kind of makes me think of a simple version of a botanical set, which is kind of nice. So we'll see how it goes. Get that box out of the way. Starting with bag number 1. I don't know how you guys build. I tend to just dump the pieces on the table. I don't tend to do much sorting, but I might try to do a little bit more this evening as I'm going through this because I'm not very good at multitasking. So talking about what I'm doing at the same time that I am trying to build may or may not work so well for me. All right, so starting the build. So welcome to those of you who are just joining the stream. So tonight I am building the next gift with purchase from the Lego group. So I got an early copy of this, which is the Easter basket. So that will be available again on Friday. I think I've already made a mistake here, putting pieces on backwards. So again, it'll be available on Friday in the United States. That'll be a $70 qualifying purchase. Here in Canada, I'm guessing it will be $100, but I don't know the the exact number yet. That information has not been given to me at this point. So it didn't really tell me at the beginning of the instruction manual what it is that I'm building with bag number 1, but I'm assuming that it's going to be, so it's going to be the pot that goes under the rabbit that I'm building first. There's a lot of hinge elements in this to begin with. I guess that's what's going to give it the rounded shape. So that's a pretty common technique when you're building round structures, to use a lot of those hinge bricks, as well as the these here. So the hinge plates. So at this point, I have built 2 structures that are pretty similar. They're actually identical. So it's just, I guess, the base of the pot. So you can already see the ring shape is starting to take form there. Hello, Inez. Thanks for joining us. Sending the wave. So again, I'm just assembling a lot of these hinged structures at this point, making the round base for the pot on the Easter basket for those who have just joined. So that's the next gift with purchase from the Lego store. Trying to find a piece here, but it's probably right in front of me, but I just absolutely can't see it. There it is. I'm just trying to find the other half to this hinge thing, and it was eluding me for a moment. So I see a couple more people have joined. So we are building this. So this is the next gift with purchase from the Lego store. So it's going to be coming out this Friday, and it will go until April 9th, as long as quantities last. So far, it's pretty repetitive, this early stage of the build. You build basically the same couple of structures over and over. I mean, it's a small set, so the repetition shouldn't be too bad overall, because I mean, it's not going to be a very long build, right? So that's what I've got so far after step 6. I'm going to go around and add these green 2x2 plates onto the ring that I just built, and I guess that just locks the hinge plates on the inside with the or the hinge bricks on the inside with the 1x2 bricks on the outer edge. And then we start rounding it out. So Lego does some really nice color coding in their instruction books. This wasn't a thing when I was a kid, way back in the 1980s, and I started building Lego sets. There wasn't very much color coding, and the instructions were pretty hard to follow. I still have a lot of my sets from when I was a kid and a lot of the instructions. And sometimes when I go back and build them now, I find that I get lost pretty easily. Even though I built those sets probably, a few times over each. But because they don't really outline the bricks very well that you're supposed to be placing, they don't give you those parts lists at the start of each step. It's pretty hard sometimes to make sure that you stay on track. But with these new instructions, it's really great because there's color coding. So, I mean, if I just take these two pieces off here that I just put on, you can see that there are 2 different colors going around the pot, right? So you know which ones you have to place those rounded or sloped tiles on, and which ones you leave them off. Things that Lego has learned through years and years of making instruction books and probably listening to people complain about them. Hello, Brickinista. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Always wonderful to see you. Inez says, laugh out loud. The number of times I swear my set is missing something and I go off in a huff to discover the piece under a plate. Yes, exactly. That happens to me fairly frequently. I started building the Mighty Bowser set last week. I had to take a break because I took a side trip to Toronto. But I started building Mighty Bowser last week. And as I was building it, I could not for the life of me find this one piece. I was looking everywhere for it. I even went back through the bags to see if I'd left it in one of the bags as I was emptying it. It ended up that it had just fallen onto the floor and it was under my chair and I couldn't see it at the time that I was recording the video. So I do lose pieces quite often as well. At this point, the ring is starting to build up. So you've got 2 layers of those snot bricks. And again, we're adding another layer of those lime green 2x2 plates to lock things into place. Yes, Dropping bricks is the bane of every Lego builder's existence, I'm sure. The number of times that I've thought I've lost a piece and I've almost written to Lego customer service saying, you didn't include this piece in the set, only to find that it was actually my own fault that it had rolled off somewhere. Are those your backlog sets? Yes, they are. That is my, well, it used to be my pile of shame. Now it is my shelf of shame. And I say shelf of shame not because it's shameful that I have so many sets. Rather, I think it's shameful that I haven't built all those sets. So I have this issue that I'm sure a lot of AFOLs can relate to, where I buy a lot of sets before I actually have time to build them. I suffer from, I guess, a little bit of fear of missing out. So I feel like if I don't buy it, it'll like retire, and before I can actually get it. And then I'll be mad that I didn't get it because I have quite a few retired sets on my list that I wish I had purchased when I had the chance to purchase them. So to avoid that, now that I have a bit of disposable income, I tend to buy things before I actually need. Well, I guess you never really need Lego. I mean, that's an arguable point for many AFOLs, but yes, I buy a lot of things before I have time to build them. Let's put it that way. Yes. So the comment is, with a new baby in the house, I can't build very often, but I still buy Lego. I can imagine that with a baby in the house, building Lego, the time you have to build Lego drastically decreases. I can't say that I'm in that boat. So my free time at this point is still my free time. But I feel for you losing all that Lego time. So there are some really interesting colored bricks in this Easter basket set. I mean, a lot of them you're not going to see, but there's a lot of lime green inside the pot. You get these light blue 2x2 bricks. There's a lot of these sloped tile type pieces. There's the hinge bricks. There's the hinge plates. So there are interesting pieces definitely in this Easter basket gift with purchase promotion. So if you're looking for something to kind of bolster your part collection, this would definitely be, so far, an interesting set to use for that. I mean, a lot of the time with these promo sets, like I leave them built for the season that they're released, but then I take them apart. So this will make a neat little Easter display. And then you get some really nice bricks afterwards. Plus, if you're going to spend about $100 anyway, you might as well get some kind of gift with purchase. This is kind of interesting. I don't know what this is going to be yet. Maybe just a support in the middle of the pot, but you take these 2x2 round tiles with a hole through the middle, and you put them on these Technic pins, and they wouldn't stay by themselves. So you lock them in place with a 1x2 brick that has that kind of cross axle space in it. So I'm guessing maybe those plates are going to just be a spacer of some kind. Joby Brick says free bricks. Yes, we all love free bricks. Sometimes I buy sets just so that I can get the gift with purchase, regardless of whether or not I need to make the purchase or not. Brickinista says sometimes the gift with purchases have awesome minifigs. I really like the vintage taxi. I loved the vintage taxi as well. I actually got 2 of those. That was a great set. Another one that I loved was that I can't remember if it was actually called the vintage car or not, but it was like that blue, convertible car that went really nice with the diner modular. That one was another one of my favorites. I had 2 of those for a time as well, but I ended up giving one of them away. But yes, I definitely love to have the sets with minifigures. Any set that has minifigures, I'm more likely to get, especially with a gift with purchase. And if you were here at the beginning of the stream when I was kind of explaining my initial opinion of this set, so if anyone has joined recently, this is what I'm building. It's the next gift with purchase at the Lego store. So when I first saw the picture for this set, I didn't really think that it would appeal to me. I actually didn't even really want it very much, but then Lego asked me if I wanted to review it, and I said sure. And when I actually got this set, I'm kind of glad that I said yes, because when I saw it close up on the box, I decided that I liked it a lot more than I initially thought I would. And this is because it reminds me of a botanicals set. So, you have your, well, it used to be Creator Expert, right? The Icons 18 plus line. So all the modulars were originally part of the Creator Expert theme, and now they've moved to Lego Icons. But when you had the Creator Expert theme and you had the Creator 3-in-1 going out at the same time, you always had that really fancy, 18 plus modular building under the Creator title. But then you also had those little 3-in-1 houses that were never quite as nicely detailed, but still kind of fun to build. That's how I feel about this set. I feel like this is that Creator 3-in-1 version of the Creator Expert plant set. Right, so you see a lot of similar techniques just by looking at the picture. The pot is built in a very similar way to something like the Bird of Paradise. I'm just looking for one of my plant sets, my botanicals collection sets over there. But yes, the pot looks like it's built in a very similar way to the Bird of Paradise. The plant stems, I haven't built them yet, but maybe they'll be kind of similar too. But anyway, this is kind of like the Creator 3-in-1 version of a Creator Expert botanical set. That's kind of how I'm viewing it right now. Let's see some of the comments here. I missed out on the Daily Bugle. So many minifigs at half the price of Rivendell. Yeah, the Daily Bugle is a really awesome set. I have it. It's actually sitting off in the corner over there. I can't really reach it because it's packed into a whole bunch of other sets. It's in my corner of things to disassemble right now. But I can tell you that when I did get it, I was super excited. I'm still happy that I have it. Maybe I will disassemble it and rebuild it someday. But yes, I love that set. The minifigures in the Daily Bugle are amazing. I think it's the only set that has ever included a lot of characters. It's the only set that ever included Daredevil. It's the only set that ever included Black Cat. It's the only set that includes Blade. So it's a wonderful set for characters. And it was a fun set to build. It was really a lot of fun. So if you're ever looking, for debating which set you might want to buy, and it's between 2 big sets, and one of them is the Daily Bugle. The Daily Bugle is definitely a great one to pick up. Got a comment here. Can you say hi, Preston? Oh, hi, Preston. It's awesome that you are here. Great of you to join. Thanks a lot. I'm glad that you really like the content. Yeah, so thanks for being here. Another comment. So you buy 3 of them and make an expert version. Yes. I have on more than one occasion purchased more than one Creator 3-in-1 set. Yeah, and I've never actually combined. Interestingly enough, I've bought more than one Creator 3-in-1 set on more than one occasion, but I've never actually combined them. So the first time I did it was with the pirate ship. And that's because I wanted the pirate ship, but I also wanted the little pirate inn, I guess it was, a tavern that came with it. So I bought 2 of the pirate ship set for that so that I could build both of them without having to take apart the pirate ship in order to build the inn. And then I bought 2 of the Majestic Tiger last year. Tigers are my favorite animal, so obviously I had to build that one. And I bought 2 of the tiger, not because I wanted to build the other. I mean, the red panda looked kind of cute, but I wasn't really super interested in building it. I bought 2 of them because I wanted to make a white tiger as well as the orange tiger. So the white tiger kit, or the Majestic Tiger kit, does not contain all of the pieces that you need in order to build a white tiger, but it gives you the base and a lot of the pieces that you need. But I did have to supplement it with a few others in order to actually complete the white tiger. But I have them now. I have the orange one and the white one next to each other on my shelf, and I absolutely love that set. So that was another set, the Creator 3-in-1, that I bought 2 of them. Did you get the Year of the Tiger promotion? Yes, I did get the Year of the Tiger promotion, but I haven't built it yet. It's in my pile of shame somewhere. It's behind the sets that you see there. There's actually another row of sets behind them. And that's where I shove a lot of the smaller gift with purchase sets. So I do have the Year of the Tiger promotion, but it is behind those sets in my pile of shame. So in terms of how this build is progressing, still working on bag number 1, and I built this so far, so it's part of the pot, and now I'm starting to build the rest of the sides of it. So they kind of overlap, which is an interesting build technique. So you can see that this middle section is a bit raised above the other 2 on the sides of it. So that is a technique that is, again, similar to the Botanicals collection, but still a little bit different. So instead of a perfectly round pot at the base, you have a little bit of a bump on the side. In theory, I'm going to do that with the HB Hungarian Horntail. Use the base and make it a little more colorful. But it's currently in my pile of shame. The Hungarian Horntail is a set that intrigues me. We've reviewed it over at TrueNorthBricks.com, but it wasn't me who reviewed it. It was my good buddy Frank. So he wrote up a wonderful review of that set. After reading the review, yes, I am very interested in the Hungarian Horntail. I don't really collect Harry Potter sets very much. I mean, it's not, like, I guess Harry Potter, I read the books and I've seen the movies, but I read the books a long time ago when I was a lot younger. So I don't really collect the theme. You got to draw the line somewhere. You can't collect every single Lego set that you want. I'm sure we'd like to, but yeah, so I kind of have drawn the line at Harry Potter. I've gotten a few of the sets, mostly because Lego has sent them to me to review. So I do have some staples, like I have Diagon Alley, which is a lovely set. I have some of the sections of Hogwarts. I make a mistake. Oh no, it only built 3 of those. So I have some of the sections of Hogwarts. And yeah, I think that's about it. So your nephews gave you Hedwig and Fox. Those are two more sets that my friend Frank has built. So I don't know. Like Hedwig is a beautiful set. Both versions of Hedwig, even the little one, as well as the larger one. The larger one is absolutely stunning. Again, I haven't built them myself, but seeing the pictures, they both look amazing. All right, now we're on to bag number 2. So bag number 1, you assemble the base, so it's pretty much hollow. There's a little bit of a support strut system going in the middle, so I guess you can't squeeze it in on itself. And like I predicted earlier, those little round red 2x2 tiles with holes in the middle, those were just spacers to kind of keep things at the right distance to make sure everything clicks properly. And again, I guess for people who are just joining, I'm seeing people popping in here. This is what we're building. So this is the next gift with purchase set from the Lego store. The promotion starts on Friday and it runs through April 9th. If supplies in the store are going to last, it's going to probably be about $100 that you have to spend to get this. I don't know for sure because they didn't give me that information, but I was told that it is $70 US. So that'll probably be about $100 here in Canada. And it's a pretty good gift with purchase. I mean, it's a $25 Canadian value, and you get 368 pieces. So if you're going to buy something, or if there's something on your wish list anyway that you're hoping to get in the $100 range, then you might as well get some free stuff with it. So I think now we are starting to build upwards. So it looks like, according to the instructions here, we're going to build the rabbit. Already missing pieces here. As I said earlier, I am a unitasker. So trying to read the comments and place bricks at the same time is proving to be a little bit of a challenge for me. Who knows? Maybe with a little bit of practice, this will become easier. So there's a lot of tiny little pieces in bag number 2. So you got to sift through a lot of stuff to find them. The pieces in bag number 1 were a bit larger. Why, thank you, Bricknista. Much appreciated. So it does take practice. So just enjoy the process. We'll try to keep that in mind. Enjoy the process. So far I am nearing completing the bunny's body. So I think I'm right now building its front paws. So it's probably going to be, I don't know, there's people might not like this next comment, but this is probably the part of the build that I'm going to like the least. In terms of these seasonal builds, I'm generally not a huge fan, I have to admit, of the seasonal builds, unless they come with really unique minifigures. But like I don't tend to buy the Easter Rabbit set that comes out every year. Have a great night, Brickanista. Thanks for stopping by. So like I was saying, I don't often buy, actually almost never buy, the seasonal rabbit that comes out every year around Easter time. It just doesn't really interest me because I've already got a few of them. But this set is an interesting one, mainly because of the plants that you build and the pot that you build and all the neat pieces that go into building those. So I do like to learn how to build a variety of Lego plants. So I plan to, at some point, build some kind of a scene that involves a forest. I don't know yet whether that will be kind of like a castles and knights type of scene, or whether it will be a custom Jurassic Park or something along those lines. That's kind of where I'm thinking. I've narrowed it down to those two options. But yes, you need to definitely know how to build a lot of different types of trees and a lot of different types of plants to pull off something like that. So hello, Fred. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, you need to know how to build a lot of plants, definitely, if you want to build, Jurassic Park or a big forest or something like that. So the more plant techniques that I have, the better. So this part is going to be the head of the rabbit. So the people who have just joined, again, we're building this. So this is the Easter basket. That's the next gift we'll purchase starting Friday at the Lego store. Oh, I've made a mistake. Rosy cheeks are not at the same level. Fred says, wow, I like it. Yeah, it is kind of a neat set. It's an interesting build. Some neat pieces involved. Definitely a lot of colorful pieces if you're looking to bolster your collection with some free bricks. A purchase you plan to make anyway. Pieces rolling off the table here. Usually I like to build with a tray, but I'm preparing to live stream. This being one of my early attempts at live streaming, I didn't have the foresight to actually put out a tray for these pieces. Oh, so those pieces that I just said I placed wrong and went back and disassembled this thing so that I could place them right, you don't even see them in the end. So it's those pink pieces that you see on the front there. I thought those were going to end up being the cheeks on this thing, but in the next step, I'm going to be covering them up. So right now I'm building the actual cheek and nose section that will go over what I previously thought was the cheeks of the rabbit. So there's the face. And again, you can't see those bricks that I repositioned. How do you go live? So that's a comment on TikTok. You need over 1,000 followers. So once you hit that point, then you can go live on TikTok at your leisure. On YouTube, we've got a comment. What sets are you most excited to build next? Well, right now, I am most excited to finish Mighty Bowser. So I haven't gotten very far in that build, but I'm really looking forward to finishing it because I want to learn how to build a large scale character. So I've never tried that sort of build before. If you follow me on YouTube or Instagram, I've been sharing. Well, I stopped a couple weeks ago, but up until a couple weeks ago, I was sharing progress on a mock that I was working on, which is like a giant mountain troll. But I've had to stop because I've hit a bit of creator's block on that build. So I designed, well, I can actually show you. So I designed the head. So this was completely custom. And I made it so that the jaw opens and snaps shut on its own. And I'm quite happy with the way that the head has turned out. And it's got kind of a Technic neck structure so that the head can lean forward. Because I kind of picture him being in a bit of a gorilla stance most of the time, with his front arms being much longer than his legs. But I've hit a bit of builder's block with this set because the things I've been trying so far to make the shoulders so that the arms can move in multiple directions, they haven't really been working. So I'm hoping that Mighty Bowser is going to teach me how to build a nice shoulder structure, how to build a nice leg structure so that I can get moving ahead on that mock. So that's what I'm really looking forward to working on next, is just finishing up Mighty Bowser. All I've done so far on that set is I built the base. So I haven't actually started building Bowser himself, but that will probably start this week. And then after that, I can work on my mock a little bit more. But I'm also really looking forward to building Rivendell. Hold on, there's a comment here. Enjoy the rest of the build. Hope to catch you here some other time. I hope to catch you here too, Inez. It was great of you to stop by. Thank you very much for coming. Once done, you should submit it to Lego Ideas. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know if I will submit it to Lego Ideas, simply because it is not going to be a very parts efficient build. So what I've noticed with Lego Ideas is that they, when they take people's ideas, they streamline them quite a bit. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes the streamlining and the changes that they make are really great. But other times, I feel like some of the details, some of the great details that the original person put in are lost. Now, a good example of that is the A-frame cabin. So I have that in my pile of shame up there. The A-frame cabin is a set that I'm also, to answer that question again, I'm also really looking forward to building. It looks like an awesome set from what I've seen on the internet. Hello, Beantown. Thanks for joining us. But the A-frame cabin, even though the cabin itself looks amazing, and I think that the Lego designers did a great job adapting the A-frame cabin, I feel like the trees around the A-frame cabin were nicer in the fan designed model. So that's an example of both types of ways an idea set can go, where the designed version looks amazing, but you've also lost some of the great detail that went into the fan design. So with my mountain troll, it's not built very efficiently because I build it by trial and error. So if I was to go back and disassemble it and rebuild it, I feel like a lot of extra pieces would come out of it. So rebuilding it for Lego Ideas would be a huge challenge, I think. Win-Win says they are going to build that next. The A-frame cabin, I'm assuming you mean. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to build it, but I will build it soon. But after Bowser, I think that Rivendell might be my next one. I don't have Rivendell yet, but I definitely want to get Rivendell. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard Lord of the Rings fan, but I definitely love Lord of the Rings, the movies and the books. I mean, I haven't read all of Tolkien's books. I've only read the 3 Lord of the Rings books and The Hobbit, but I enjoyed them. So I am looking forward to Rivendell quite a bit. I like the original lighthouse by the designer. I don't actually remember what the original lighthouse looked like. I'm going to have to go and check it out after this stream. I have the lighthouse too in my pile of shame. So that's another set that I will build at some point in the future. We do have a review of it at truenorthbricks.com, but it was not reviewed by me. But when I read the review, that's kind of what solidified in my mind that I wanted the set, because it looks amazing, and I love that the motorized functions were included in it. I just finished the lighthouse. I made a mistake and the light doesn't work, so I might have to break it in. Oh, that sucks. But I definitely understand. I definitely understand I feel your pain. Let's put it that way. I have that problem with almost every one of the Fairground Collection sets that I make. They never work the first time that I put them together, and I have to spend a lot of time troubleshooting. And I think that the worst one in terms of troubleshooting was the original roller coaster. I spent so much time trying to figure out the original roller coaster. I had no idea where I went wrong with it. It took me forever to figure it out. And it turned out to not even be something that was my fault. It turned out to be something that was faulty with the parts. So when you're building those roller coaster sets, you have to be very careful, because if your wheels, the wheel axle, because with the roller coaster carts, I'm sure that some of you out there have built them, but the wheels and the axle for the wheels are all one piece, and you snap it underneath the actual cart piece that goes on the tracks. Now, if the wheel axle is bent at all, even like the slightest little bend that you might not even notice by looking at it, but if that bend is there, then your roller coaster won't work. So it needs to have enough momentum with the original roller coaster. I haven't built the loop coaster, but with the original roller coaster, it needs to have enough momentum when it comes down that first hill that it doesn't get stuck in the U of the tracks, and it can actually make it up the next hill. So if you have any bend in the wheels at all, there's too much friction, and the roller coaster will not make it up the hill. It will go partway up and then it'll come back down and get kind of stuck at the bottom of the hill. And it took me forever to figure that one out. And I had to contact Lego customer service and I had to have them send me new wheel pieces. Like I explained this whole process to them. I wrote them this massive long email about all the trial and error that I did to try to get the roller coaster working. And in the end, they were just like, okay, here, just have the new wheels. We can see that you thought this through. Lego has amazing customer service, though. I've never had an issue with Lego Group customer service. Always super willing to help. See some people have joined in here. So if you're just popping into the live stream, this is what I am building. So this is the next gift with purchase from the Lego Group. The promo starts on Friday, so I got an early copy. The Lego Group sent it to me for review. So I thought, why not get my chops wet with this live stream business and build it here. So that's just built a flower to add to the base. So you put it onto, you built these little flower elements, these stem elements, and just gonna push that in there. So I don't know if that's supposed to be a tulip or something. Now it looks to be that I'm repeating the process, but with a different color of flower. What are your thoughts on fairies? That's a random question. I don't know. Wonderful. Question on YouTube. Besides Kellogg, is there another AFOL hangout in Montreal? Not that I know of, sadly. So the other closest AFOL hangout, I think, is in Ottawa. So that's Parliament. So I'm a member of Parliament. So they meet once a month. I mean, Ottawa's a bit far for Montrealers, so I don't go very often, but I do try to go a couple times a year. So that's one way to get involved with a sort of local AFOL community. I mean, I do go to the Lego store in Ottawa a couple of times. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I'll try to make it out to the Lego store in Ottawa. And the people in Parliament are great. You know, I'll often just message and say that, hey, I'm going to be in town. Does anyone want to meet me at the Lego store? And, you know, somebody will often come, or they'll invite me to meet them for coffee or something. So even if you're not in Ottawa very often and you want to join the lug, you can still meet some great people and meet up with a few of them even outside of the official meetings. Having another AFOL hangout in Montreal would be really a lot of fun, though. This is such a great hobby. There are surely Montrealers interested. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all that there are other Montrealers who are interested. I often go to the Lego store in Fairview in Point Claire, and I chat with people there all the time, even the staff. And the staff have told me that they've gotten inquiries about AFOL clubs in the area and if there is anything. And so yes, I don't doubt that there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of talented builders around Montreal, like if you follow Instagram accounts and stuff like that. Somebody just recently built the orange julep out of Lego, and it looks absolutely amazing. So there's definitely a Montreal AFOL community out there. So I don't doubt that there would surely be interest. We go to the same Lego store. Awesome. I have yet to try the Laval Lego store. To be honest with you, the Laval Lego store often has a better pick-a-brick wall. Sorry to the Point Claire store. I really do love the Point Claire store, and it's the closer store to me, so I continue to go there often. And the staff at the Point Claire store is really nice, but most of the time I will find better bricks at the Laval pick-a-brick wall. I have to decapitate my bunny here, as I forgot some pieces on the back of his head. And speaking of Laval and Point Claire, it's not true so much now, because the Point Claire store has kind of upped their game a little bit in terms of the Build a Mini station. But Laval in the past has gotten the new Build a Mini parts oftentimes sooner than the Point Claire store. But if you really want to get a good Build a Mini selection when you know that there are new Build a Mini parts out, then you got to make the trip out to Ottawa. I have never been disappointed when I hear that there are new minifigure parts out in the Build a Mini station. I've never been disappointed driving to Ottawa, because I've always found what I'm looking for there. So they tend to have a really great Build a Mini selection if you can make the drive out. Do you ever find the masonry style bricks? I've never gotten them either. Sadly, I have actually never seen the masonry style bricks at Point Claire or Laval. I think that, if memory serves me, I might be wrong here, but I think that they did have them once at the Ottawa store. I get if you join Parliament, they'll often send you, somebody will go to the Lego store and they'll just snap a picture of that board of all the pieces available. And I do think that a while ago they had the masonry bricks there, but I wasn't able to go at that time and get them. So unfortunately, I've never actually seen them in person, but I do think that the Ottawa store had them once. But that's another reason to join a lug, is masonry bricks, because lugs get access to lug bulk through the Lego group. So if you join a lug, you can take part in that, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes masonry bricks are offered through that program. Yes, definitely. Getting the masonry bricks in a tub in a Lego store would be the best way, because you can really pack your tubs efficiently and get a lot more bricks for your $20 than you would through Pick a Brick online. So I will stand at the Lego store for hours sometimes, really like clicking all my bricks and plates together, and making sure that my Pick a Brick cup is as jam-packed as I can possibly make it. So if the masonry bricks ever showed up there, I would definitely be there for quite some time, getting as many bricks as I could into that cup. The pick a brick site is kind of expensive sometimes, I find, especially if you're trying to bulk order things. I guess it depends on the part you're trying to bulk order, but all right. That's it. So that is the Lego Easter basket 40587. So that's what it looks like complete. You put some plants in the back there. The rabbit, it's easily removable enough if you want to take it out and add more plants on your own. But yeah, that's what the next gift with purchase is going to be. So again, this starts on Friday, and it runs through April 9th. The set itself will be available with a purchase of around $100. I don't know the exact amount, but it will be, if anyone is watching from the States, it is $70 US that you will have to spend to get one of these sets. It's 368 pieces. And it is an interesting build. So it's very similar to the botanicals collection, the potted plants that you can get in the botanicals collection, but it's much simpler to build, obviously, because it's fewer pieces. So that's it for this build. And that's pretty much it for this live stream as well. So thank you very much, everybody who has joined me here today. I greatly appreciate the ongoing support. I greatly appreciate the questions and the chatting. And I will be sure to do this again really soon.